I'm Mike Tempest, the founder of Wild Weather Ales. We're a craft brewery based in Reading, which is about 30 miles west of London. We brew crazy beers in every style you can think of, from IPAs to sours, to saisons, to stouts, to double IPAs, New England IPAs, you name it, and we brew it.
I met Mike at a tap takeover. It was a Wild Weather and Siren takeover. They were both a year old, but me and Mike got speaking. Our eyes met across a crowded bar, and then here I am. Previous to that was working for varying restaurants, which is where some of the flavours come from in the beers.
This particular beer is an Imperial Stout. It's 8.3% and it's called I Knew Who I Was This Morning, but I've changed a lot since then, which you may know is a reference to Alice in Wonderland. It may even be one of the longest beer names in the world. We'd always found bottles a bit difficult because we had no end of trouble shipping them around the country and they're getting broken. The beauty of a can is that it's robust, it's compact, and it keeps the beer in complete dark, which is great for the quality of the beer. We noticed canning in the UK was starting to become fashionable with the likes of Beavertown, so for a while we tried contract canning. But what we found with contract canning was that we didn't have end-to-end control of our process, and that's something we're totally passionate about. We don't want anybody else having any control of our beer where we can't see it.
So I think some people might be a little bit wary of can conditioning because there are a few risks there, but we have them completely under control. Force carbonating your beer is a much easier thing to do, but we find the fact that it's a completely natural process is really great for us. We started as the brewery doing 330ml bottle condition. We found that the skills were transferable for us, and we'd rather keep it a natural process from start to finish.
While we were contract canning, I started to look at the possibilities for buying our own machine, and frankly I thought it would be unaffordable. But then I came across the Cask MCS manual canning system, and we could afford it, and we bought it. Almost as soon as we had cans available, they started to fly off the shelves. We've got very unique branding with a huge amount of shelf appeal, and we kind of hit the wave just as it was starting to rise. So we canned something like 150,000 cans by hand, and even though that was kind of okay, it was really labour intensive, so we started to look at what we wanted next. We looked at alternatives from other suppliers, but we had a very good relationship with Cask on our MCS system, so it was a natural choice to move to the MAC system, and we are in fact the first company in Europe to have it. Well, when we were running the MCS system, we could achieve about 8 cans a minute, and with our automated MAC system, we're now achieving 25. Fantastic.
So that machine has taken quite a lot of hours off our usual canning operation, which has allowed us to spend more time developing recipes and more time brewing them.
The relationship with Cask has actually been really, really good. We found their machines to be very, very reliable. We buy a spare parts package when you buy the machine, but we actually haven't really used any of it. They're very open to ideas, and there's been some modifications in fact to our Macs based on things we've suggested as a user of the machine. I mean, basically, we love the machine and we love the people. Well, we're 6 years in, and I think we've brewed something like 130 different beers, which is a lot, but believe it or not, we're never short of ideas. There's 8 of us here, we're all beer geeks, and we're all tasting different beers from all over the world, saying, do you know what, should we brew something like that? Should we brew something like that? There's nothing better at all than somebody drinking a beer we've brewed and telling you how good it is. Best feeling in the world.